and you eat in the car.
They kill you.
Or maybe lift you up, put you here.
They only had toast.
Toast is no bread.
Sometimes just
Not the
microwaving tea. Yeah, I know. Hello. So when I first moved abroad, I only knew a little bit of the language and I just learned how to read it. So I was very limited on communication, ordering food and taxi. It was a little bit difficult. I think that was most shocking, just getting around.
When I first living abroad, people are so nice. So where I come from, everyone is close-minded and only cares about their thing and is not really helpful, don't want to interrupt other people. I felt the warmth and the welcomingness of the people. That was a shock. It was like, why is everyone so nice to me? Like, I was really like that. I was like, oh.
So you're probably not talking about Germany.
No. What about you?
I'm German. I don't get easily shocked. Usually we are the ones who are shocking others. Driving everywhere and drive-thrus and eating in a car.
That is so true. I had a car. I didn't live in the city. I came from kind of a smaller town. Yeah, I drove everywhere. And then we have a lot of things in our car too. Yeah, sometimes you may have like some makeup, maybe some snacks, because we're driving around a lot and sometimes quite far because the US is huge. So it may take over an hour driving to get to work. And then maybe
an hour?
Yeah.
That's very conservative.
And then maybe I have plans after, so I keep like a change of clothes in my car.
I saw a meme about this actually. It was really funny. When European people visit America and then you want to go to eat and Europeans are like, oh, let's just have a nice walk there. And then they look around and there's just streets and no walking. There's nothing, like you cannot walk. You have to walk next to the main street and it's so dangerous because you have no walking lines. After eating, he's like, let's take a coffee now. Let's walk to a cute cafe. And the American is like, it's 45 minutes drive. Yeah. It's like so far.
The American comes to Europe, sees all the beautiful parks and says, undeveloped real estate, let's build a big parking.
Oh my gosh.
In Europe, almost everything is walkable. Of course, not in the Alps.
Walkable city, 20-minute cities, you know, like maybe in the past it was anchored around the car, but nowadays we have a different philosophy.
I feel like I get this kind of reverse culture shock when I go back to my hometown, which is not a city. I have to rely on my parents to drive everywhere because I don't have a car anymore. Yeah, it's really different.
And you have a lot of drive-thrus. You can just drive in the morning, get breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then you eat in the car. Like I saw so many shocking videos.
I used to do that all the time. Not drive through, but I would make a smoothie and then I just drink my smoothie while driving. I feel like in the US, like convenience is a big thing.
You want it fast.
Yeah, just fast. Yeah, a lot of people live kind of a busy work life.
If you knew that in Switzerland, eating while driving is illegal. Yes.
Wait, like actually illegal?
It's actually illegal because you cannot focus on driving when you eat.
Oh, no way.
Just for the driver or for every single passenger?
For the driver.
For the driver, okay.
Having your phone in your hand, your license is gone.
Wow.
If you have strict parents, you know, and you eat in the car, you probably shouldn't risk that, you know.
They kill you.
Really?
A little bit dirt, it's like,
Or maybe lift you up, put you here.
Wow. Next is your big portions with everything. You have large sizes.
Gallon milk, 5-liter soda, Trenta size.
Yeah, so about that. Well, I think for the gallon size milk, we have a lot of big size food options in the grocery store because we don't go grocery shopping as often in the US. Usually it's a one-time, like a month sometimes.
Actually, to connect the thoughts here, we had a drive everywhere earlier. You know, the car design, city design, and that's exactly what it comes to. You know, you can only go shopping once a week simply because, you know, it's far away, you need to drive. In Europe, you know, it's downstairs. We go there, buy food, 5 minutes, and we can come back. So because of that, that city design, car city design, you can only go once a week.
Right.
But what I don't understand is when you have, I don't know, 5 liters of ketchup and you call it family size. Like, what family eats a 5-liter ketchup?
If you have ketchup often, then yeah, it makes sense. So the expiration date is, you know, maybe it's expiring in like 2 years or something sometimes with sauces or ketchups. So you can have it actually for a long time.
But then you need bigger fridges.
Yeah, but I think it really depends on your house where you live. But I feel like there's more space in the US.
Yeah.
So we do have, sometimes people will have like an extra fridge in the basement or a big freezer where they stock up on deals. A lot of people in the US, they go shopping for deals, they have coupons, and they'll stock up for maybe like 2 years or something with cans of beans or something like that. If there's a really good sale, it's common to kind of stock up sometimes.
It's apocalyptic. It's like zombie war.
It is, and that's why it's really funny because in the States, if there's a storm or something, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh no, get the bread and milk, and everyone rushes and just buys everything out. I don't know, to me it's kind of funny now, like living abroad. Things are not close, so you're kind of stuck at your home, so you want to have the things you need.
Yeah. Using disposable dishes. How you do it in the US?
Yeah, so growing up, I just used regular plates. But if we were to have a party or if people would come over, then maybe, yeah, disposable plates, like paper plates.
You don't want your guests to like break your family silver, you know?
Yeah, and it's a lot of work, I guess, too. And also like backyard barbecue, cookouts. If we're outside, then it's just kind of easier. Not too often would use like paper plates on the like daily.
I just know it from like my childhood parties when my friends come over and you eat the cake. Then you have like this plastic with princesses or ponies or I don't know, whatever on it. In Europe, also like McDonald's or everything else, we don't want to have a lot of waste anymore.
Yes.
We do now these wooden ones or paper straws, not the plastic ones anymore. We really try to get rid of as much as disposable dishes.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Switzerland, but I know that in Germany, recycling is a very big thing there. Yeah, the US, it has some work to be done. But I think recently there's been some good changes, which is good.
That's a really dangerous topic.
Okay.
I studied in US.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. I went to UCSB. When I studied there, the most thing I was missing is real bread. They only had toast. And
Toast is no bread. White bread is no bread.
Yeah, the sandwich bread, right?
yeah, where is the sourdough real bread?
Yeah, it's expensive if you want European style bread, but it's so good.
Yes.
When I went to Germany, I was like, my whole life changed, and now I'm like a bread snob. I was like, what have I been eating? Yeah, I grew up not on white bread, but like wheat, whole grain bread, but it's still like sandwich bread.
We had a bread cutting machine at home in the kitchen.
We did our own bread.
Yeah.
We like to do our own bread at home. So you start drinking at 21.
Yeah. Well, like that's the legal age. I mean, a lot of people start drinking earlier, secretly, but I think there's quite strict drinking laws in the US, and it also depends per state. There's some differences.
We are with 16. 16 is the legal drinking age for wine and beer, and for any harder alcohol, it's 18.
Well, technically, the law says that's when you can purchase it, not that's when you can drink it.
Yeah, it's only purchasing
So
it.
if you're at
drinking.
home with your parents, I guess you can do whatever you feel like.
Yeah, when you're like 14 and you have Christmas and everyone drinks red wine, we also. It's more like a traditional thing, but it's not excessive drinking. But what I realized, what a big difference is, your driving age starts at 16, right?
16, yeah.
And our driving age starts at 18. And when you see, you have more problems with underage drinking while driving than we do because we are used to alcohol. It sounds really bad. I saw this when I was studying. They drink a lot and they black out and they cannot deal alcohol.
Yeah.
But we do because we slowly got used to the alcohol. So we don't drive and drink that often as you do.
Yeah, I think when people do turn 21, they're like, oh, we can drink. And then they go like, you know, crazy partying. Yeah, and also it is kind of an issue with drinking and driving too, because public transportation isn't always accessible to us. Like in my town, there's no like subway or anything, so you have to drive. So it could be like an issue.
Yeah.
And we're back at car-centric urban design.
You can go everywhere by feet or bus.
Right, yeah.
Okay, now let's change the roles. We talked about things in America that we find weird or unusual. Now we flip it and we talk about German things that American finds weird or unusual.
Okay.
First is German people collect bottles and cans and they get money.
Oh, it's just a government initiative to reduce waste, you know. People get a little bit of money back fund when they'll actually, you know, they'll recycle it correctly.
So actually in the US, I think it depends on the state. It's the same, but when I went to Germany, I noticed that it's much higher, the cost. So people want to recycle more, I think, if they can get more back. It's really cheap, or it's like really low in the States. But I noticed it was higher in Germany.
I suppose we usually do not crunch our cans, we just keep it in its original form, put it down the machine, get the money back. Et voila.
Yeah, sometimes if you're at home and you have like a recycling bin, then maybe you want space, so you would kind of crunch it. But then there's also machines too, where you can just put it in full and you can get some money back.
That's nice.
Alrighty.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, do you know what this picture is?
No.
Do you know what it represents? It's the first day of our school.
Oh, that's so cute. So what is it exactly that she's holding?
That's called eine Schultüte, and there is like all the little necessary things, some sweets, some treats for the first day of school.
So there's things inside of it. Okay.
You can buy them pre-made or you can design them yourself.
Oh, you can buy them like
Yeah,
at a
you can
store?
already buy them. Yeah, when school season starts, there are a lot of them to buy.
Yeah.
You already have it.
The stare. I did see like a TikTok about this, talking about like the German stare.
I'm not aware of it.
No?
He's doing it, but he's not knowing.
Yeah.
In Germany or sometimes Switzerland, people have a stare that could be a little bit unfriendly to tourists and other people. It doesn't mean that they're angry to you.
No.
They're having just like a resting face and a stare. They do this so people avoid to talk to them. Did I say correctly?
Probably.
Personal space.
Yeah, staring is not too common in the US, especially like in the New York subway. Don't stare at anyone.
Could be dangerous, right?
Yeah, it could be like...
Carbonated water. Do you have that? Like you're doing this sparkling water by yourself?
It's not very popular, but in my state, Massachusetts, seltzer water is very popular, especially like having barbecue and things like that, but it's not really served often in restaurants, yeah.
We also don't serve it in restaurants. So we do it ourselves at home. Sparkling water maker is like this machine because we can drink our tap water. But when you buy it, you have to like carry it home and it's a lot of waste and a lot of money when you buy sparkling water. But when you do it at home yourself, you just use your tap water that we can drink.
Did you have one at home?
Yes, we can also make cola, Coca-Cola or lemonade.
So it's quite common to have this.
Yeah.
Did you have one growing up?
I wouldn't say it's quite common to have a sparkling water maker at home, but it is very common to drink sparkling water.
When I was in Germany and I was trying to buy water, but sometimes I would accidentally get the sparkling carbonated water. Yeah, it's quite common.
Oh,
For
the
hot
tea
water?
kettle for hot water? Oh yeah, it's a common thing.
Some people have it in the US too.
Yeah.
Like I know my sister has one at her place. I wouldn't say it's very, very, very common, some people can have it too in the US.
For Switzerland, it's very common. Every household has it because we love to make tea. Because we can drink our tap water, it's just easy to fill it and cook it. Yeah. So when you don't have an electric water cooker, how do you like heat up your water to make tea or to cook something?
Like for example, in my home, my mom just had a pot of boiling water and she would use that. And I know this is very controversial and people are like, but sometimes just
Not the
microwaving tea.
No.
Yeah, I know. You know, does this. Or they would just have a tea kettle where they can just boil the water. Not all, but maybe it can happen, but
Grew up with no microwave.
really.
It's not that common in Switzerland to have a microwave. It's called unhealthy and dangerous. Just put it inside and warm it up and then it's tea.
Not everyone, but maybe a few people. Sorry guys. Some people do it, not everyone. Don't come after me.
I forgive you. Do you know what this is? Have you seen it before?
No.
Like,
It looks like a USB. I'm not sure.
if we would have one here, I would show it how you use it.
Oh, what is it?
So it is a meter stab. It's like measure how big something is or how tall someone is. You can open it and then it has the measurements on it. And you can measure up till 2 meters with this one.
Oh, interesting.
and then
Is it all made out of like plastic?
it's made out of wood.
Wood.
Do you see the little numbers on the side?
Oh, now I can
Yeah,
see
and
it.
now you can like
Got it.
open it. Yeah, and we use this every day for workers. But nowadays, it's more used by the older generation. The newer generation use laser to measure.
Yeah.
It's faster, but this is something every household has.
Oh, okay. We use like tape measure.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
use this one.
Right.
Yeah. So, how was it to see the differences?
I think I learned some new things today, so that was pretty cool. And it's always kind of funny hearing people talk about like the US and the differences.
So I think we European people, we have this kind of view of American people or American, how you do things.
Yeah.
And we grow up with this thought or this view. In the end, we're not even that different. We just do things a little bit differently, but in the end it makes sense, you know.
I agree with the previous speaker. Yeah, I suppose those are just tools where we use a little differently, but in the end, culture goes much deeper than that, you know. Today, we talked about some cultural differences between the US and Germany and Switzerland.
If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe.
And we see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.